Today we're going to use this dumpster with hands to make a lot of money. The first thing I've decided to find is a processing facility. This is where we're going to bring our hard-earned spoils. And if I could just lazily fly it back to the top out of my hole, it's going to be all the quicker. You know, for an absolute dumpster fire of a washing machine, this thing can drill fast. But it also fills up after like 4 ounces of the lightest materials known to man. Basically filled up with air, but if we sell everything, $200. So with that, let's just get right back to more mining. I was also just told that it would be a bad idea to run out of fuel while mining under the ground, believe it or not. $250 for the 3 things I've managed. Now to refill the tank is $235 hard-earned dollars. But you know what, since I'm right here above the gas station, let's go ahead and take advantage of some of this ore. I think silver is likely going to be the most valuable for now. I do have the option to actually remove some of the ore, but for now, we're just going to sell everything we got because we're poor. But this thing really does actually look like a garbage can. So coal is basically garbage, copper is better than garbage, and silver ore is actually reasonable. I can get bigger storage tanks, but I need $2,500 to do that, and we're not that kind of rich yet. But I did find a reasonable amount of silver, so we're just going to cherry pick that out of the earth. I'm not really sure why it starts to go dark on all the sides of the map. It seems to be a little bit concerning to me, but I'm not that worried about it yet. I have some kind of alert going off. I think it's for the fuel, so we'll go ahead and spend $200 replacing that, but at least we made $1,000, so that feels pretty good. We're making a profit. So if I buy the heavy storage tank, that puts our weight right at balance, costs $2,500 but gives me the most space. I've also been told I should buy an extra fuel tank, so I'm going to listen to the wise advice and buy an extra fuel tank, because it's really definitely only a matter of time before I run out of fuel, because I will not be paying attention. For now, I'm going to push downwards a little deeper. We're going to keep an eye on our fuel, which is actually already running quite low. So we're just going to mine that. There's some rocks in the ground. We're going to go back to the surface. That was still $625 thanks to that silver. So we just need to find what comes after silver, then mine a giant mountain of it. I love how fuel is so expensive that we're barely making a profit every time we do this. So for a minute, we're going to pick some low-hanging fruit because we're obviously going to need a bigger fuel tank to be able to manage anything at all. Definitely going to get greedy, grab one more piece of silver. I think we'll actually be really okay. Drilling takes the most juice out of this little guy. But that was worth $1,125 minus the cost of fuel, which is probably $250. We're still making a profit. Silver is a little bit hard to come by at the surface, mostly because I've already mined it all, so I'm just going to pick whatever I can at this point because I'm desperate. But if we go down just a little further to the point where we start to pass out, then we find some of the good stuff again. $900 for that round. That gives us $2,800. That means I can buy better tracks that hold more weight, so we can get 1,100 pounds of extra stuff on top of this. Plus, they look better, and I think we're actually a lot quicker this way. It actually feels heavier, like it drops down faster. We have also found what appears to be gold and a ruined mech, probably one of my previous adventures. That gold ore is hopefully worth a lot of money. We're also just going to go ahead and mine through whatever this is. I found the detail for a special upgrade because I'm a special boy. Then I didn't really read what I was supposed to do with the rest of that because I was impatient. We're definitely a lot slower to fly and we're using a bit more fuel to do it, but we're going to be okay. So gold is worth $500 each. We got $1,500 for that short little adventure. So that means we're going to buy the heavy fuel tank. We're going to be heavy, but we're going to have lots of fuel and be able to hold a lot of material. This thing just feels heavy. Every time I do anything related to gravity, we drop like an absolute rock. Speaking of rocks, I cannot drill through that yet. I also forgot about the special upgrade when I was at the surface, but to be honest, there's more important things right now, like special ores down below. The extra fuel really goes a long ways. We're still not finding enough gold to fill up my tank though, so that's a little bit sad, but we'll continue drilling. Because I hit 400 meters down, they gave me a bonus of $1,000 for some reason. I guess you just gotta hit those quotas. Gonna get a little bit greedy here because I have extra fuel up here. It's probably gonna burn a little bit to get back to the surface, but we're not into the yellow zone yet. But the bigger fuel tank makes a colossal difference of how far down we can go. And to fly back to the surface, we basically only went through the yellow zone. $600 to fill this thing knows that we really need to get our money's worth or we're going to bankrupt ourselves. But we did make $2,600. I'm actually going to buy a jet thruster to get us out of the hole quicker. That's going to add a few pounds, but it's going to get us out of the hole quicker. The special upgrade I got, by the way, was a seismic waves analyzer. Displays the time until the end of an earthquake. Yeah, earthquake sounds super fun when you're 1,000 meters under the ground. So I can't wait till we start running into those. For now, I'm just going to dig downwards. We'll deal with earthquakes when they happen. Definitely getting a rich little deposit of many things here, silver and gold. Except for I absolutely screwed up that, so I'm not going to take the time to fix that. There's actually a ton of gold at whatever we're at. 600 meters is where the gold clearly lives. Earthquake, you need to get out or rocks will crush your mech. Well, see, I don't need a seismic calculator. That guy just told me how long I had. And I generally drill down in a straight line because that's just really easy for my brain to figure out how to get in and out of. Look at that little thruster go. Okay, my entire hole filled in. Absolutely fantastic. We used $510 in fuel, so that kind of stings, but hopefully we made $2,350. We were getting into so much gold. Can we use the earthquakes to bring gold to the surface? Could that be a thing? I think I found a dead person. It actually looks like a very big of money, so I'm really excited for that. 1 of 5 ancient vase. Actually, our money is starting to add up. Someone's calling me on the radio, but I don't have time for friends. I'm mining. In one quick run, I've gone all the way back down to the gold at about 250 meters. So hopefully we get some good time in before the next earthquake. This was basically an investment hole. We spent a lot of money just to get back down to the gold area. I also got a cash bonus because I'm being a good little miner for them. And now I need to upgrade what appears to be a church. They recommended a scanning tower, so we're going to get a scanning tower. I guess we'll spend all of our hard-earned money on their crap, so you're welcome. I think that might actually give me some visibility around me though, which may help me find stuff, or it may not. It does actually let me see kind of what's going on in the ground around me, so I won't lie, that does seem somewhat helpful. It's also doing a yellow flashing thing. I don't know what that's trying to warn me of, so I'm just going to keep mining. Yellow probably means gold. I did find gold, so confirmation bias at its finest. I'm going to get pretty greedy here and go for this gold in a really inefficient way. The yellow alarm is also starting to go really wild. I'm just gonna get out of here with the fuel I have, I think. Did not mean to do that or that. Okay, we're actually gonna put the fuel in right now. Wow, that thing's actually huge. All right, $325 to fill myself the rest of the way up. Profit, lots, $2,500 in the bank. I'm also buying an extra fuel tank. The yellow blinking sound gets quicker if I go this way, so I think it is actually trying to lead me to something. I have no idea what that is. Probably the treasure over there. I just don't know if I want to bother to mine all the way over there to get it. That's not true. I do know, and I don't want to mine all the way over there to get it. I'm going to go ahead and mine gold and deeper things. There appears to be a blue thing below, so we're going to find out what that is. There appears to be a metal barrier below me. I'm going to grab a little bit of this gold, and then we're going to have to come back for that. There's an awful lot of alarms going off. Things really get mad when you're trapped underground running out of fuel. But we made it to the top without having to use our extra thing. $700 though. And we only made $1,850, so that actually ate a large part of our profit. And so let's try and figure out what this structure is. I think we could probably break through right there. The yellow alarm is going off. Yes, I am quite aware that there's something here. We seem to have hit a large barrier of stones, and it seems to be quite horizontally large. I also didn't realize how much gold there was over this way, so I've actually just used my spare fuel tank. Hopefully I can just mine a bunch of this gold real quick. It's only going to take 2 gold deposits to pay for that spare fuel tank, plus there's a bunch of silver here too, so this is well worth it. But now we also have a super highway right down to that depth where we find lots of gold and good stuff. So we'll spend $600 on fuel, but we'll make that easily back $3,150. But we'll buy an extra fuel tank, maybe 2 of those, and a few gunpowder kegs as well. I'm also going to go ahead and upgrade my drill. I'm going to go to the one with the biggest rate increase, which is this 180. So now I'm like if Edward Scissorhands had a kid with a garbage can. Okay, so let's see. That was apparently not the right thing to do. I don't know why I can't get in there. I thought my bombs might let me in there. Wow, we are so much quicker for mining though. This drill definitely burns the fuel, but it definitely mines quicker. So we're just going to do a little exploring this way. Hopefully there's not an earthquake because we would be pretty boned. Came back to the surface, $2,250 more. We're actually making money really quick at this point. And we've learned there's fall damage. If you fall from a great height, yeah, it hurts. I got it. I did a little offshoot to try and find some more ore because we're at about the gold height and we're finding lots of it. Right around 600 meters for some reason, lots of gold. We seem to also be getting an earthquake. Also, what's this? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here now. What did it say we have? 30 to 60 seconds? We'll be fine. I don't know if that was a coincidence or not, but I made it just out of here before everything collapsed. $420 for fuel and $3,300 earned. Well, at least now, once the earthquake collapses our hull, we can get down to the bottom in like no time at all. There's even gold near the surface now. That's actually going to work to my advantage quite well because there's going to be continually new gold and stuff being produced. For the first time since I've had the bigger storage tank, I've actually got it full. It's a long ways to the surface too, but that won't stop me. $600 in fuel, but we definitely mined some gold and a bunch of other stuff. $4,300 from a single round. Found another ancient whatever, also some gold, and there's definitely some gold below me. I dug right under a whole bunch of gold a minute ago. Listen to those alarm bells going. They're such warriors. Fuel is in, another $3,000 in the bank. And that means an even bigger, heavier gas tank for $12,500. Then it's back down for that lonely mining life, trying to find all that gold and hidden money bags that someone buried for some reason. I can't believe I've accidentally found 4 out of 5 of those. I'm not trying to get those, I just happen to be going to a place where there's lots of them. Also finding a ton of gold and silver on this one. It took $1,000 to fill that fuel tank up, but we made $5,000 in return. turns, so that's a good amount of profit. Also, the blinky thing went off somewhere up here, so I think the last remaining treasure is somewhere over here. But apparently it's closer to the surface. I've gone too far past it, but we'll get it next time. Now I'm just in mining mode. For the first time, I've actually thrown some of the garbage out of my storage tank because it wasn't gold. It's also very dark on this side. We made $5,200 really quickly there. I also need some more bombs and maybe an extra fuel tank again. And we're getting an earthquake. Oh wait, I found the thing. I'm gonna grab it first. We're gonna get greedy. Okay, there's 5 of 5 found. And earthquakes never stopped me before. It's not gonna start now. So what's my reward for finding 5 of 5 treasures? We definitely didn't make a profit that time. I did also notice that the altimeter also works upwards. So it makes me think there might be something up here. We do need to be careful how much fuel we use though, because we gotta come back down and catch ourselves. So far the radar is showing me nothing at all. There may be nothing up here, but it's letting me go at least 1,400 meters so far. I seem to have received a radio call. Where are you going? That in my little brain confirms to me there's something up here, so we're gonna keep going. The sky is getting darker, so that again makes me think that there is something up here. We're getting a warning that we're running low on fuel because of course we are. We've just flown 5 kilometers into the sky. Spare fuel tank doesn't actually give you as much fuel as you might think. Another radio call. They're mostly just making fun of me for being stupid, and at this point I can't blame them. I don't think we have enough fuel to go as far as we'd need. You probably have to hit 10,000 for something to happen. For now, we're just going to light our mech on fire. We're plummeting back to the earth. We'll start to catch ourselves here. Oh wow, that thing fell a lot quicker than I thought. Anyways, we'll pretend that didn't happen, and it's time for an upgrade. We're gonna buy the bigger tracks. Now we have nice orange tracks to wheel us along. I'm also annoyed I didn't get a proper reward for finding all the treasure or whatever those were, but apparently there's more down here anyway because my thing is still going off as if there's treasure to be found. I've actually just mined my way right back to the bottom, and it took me like 5 seconds. I think the gold is going extinct on me. I might have actually mined it all. The earthquake might just reshuffle it around. Luckily we can still make money on other stuff. There's $3,300 minus 800 for fuel, so we still made 2,500. At this point it definitely feels can I blow this open? I forgot my bombs. Oh, there's such a cool mech over there. Yeah, you know what? I didn't want to find any gold anyway. I like this regular old dirt. I did manage to find a whole bunch of gold off to the left side, so we're going to continue pushing down the left side because there's actually a lot of gold over here to the point where we're throwing out a bunch of iron. And of course we have an earthquake coming in to ruin my fun. So we're really quickly going to throw out some coal and iron and mine a bit more gold, and hopefully this leads out. Luckily I found my way back to my tunnel immediately, but these earthquakes are showing up more and more frequently. Back at the surface, $8,000 for that. Luckily for us, we can afford a better drill now. Mining rate is 480 as opposed to 180. So now we're mining at light speed. This is great. We're gonna go right past the gold and everything because we don't care anymore. We are mining now. In a strange way, this is almost too fast, but look at all the gold you can find when you're just plowing through the dirt indiscriminately. Oh, and another person's crashed mech. There's a lot of gold over here I didn't know about. So the super drill cost $783 to do all that, but it made us in return $8,400. But best of all, we created a mining machine that can dig this fast. So we're just gonna hold it digging downwards for the next 45 years and see where it winds up.